like to watch Dustin playing through the pain he was in, kick that game winner?
We've got so much respect for him. We know he's hurting, and that's the great part about the NFL is those guys. They're committed to our team, and he's tough, and that's all you can say about him. For him to go out there and play and put up with some pain like that, it's great to see from him.
How do you describe that moment when you guys all kind of rush the field and celebrate with him?
It's just a lot of excitement. We got that big turnover when we needed it most. The defense came up with some big stops all day, and so it's all about who ended the ball, who ended the game with the ball, and fortunately that was us today.
Your first 3 years in the league, you've had a lot of OT games that have been painful and fall short. How does it feel to get this one?
Yeah, it's huge. Like you mentioned, 2 years ago maybe that's a different story, and for us to go out and close and finish and to get that turnover on special teams like that is huge for us, and just to stay in the fight, come back from 10-0 early on, it says a lot about our team.
What about the change in emotions there in overtime, right? You guys had the chance, couldn't move the ball, and all of a sudden the sideline erupts when they turn it over.
Definitely tough. You want to. No, you're good. You're good.
Can I try my question again?
No, I got it. Yeah, good. It's obviously tough. You want to be able to go down and score, but that's an incredible defense that we're going up against, and we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. A couple penalties here and there, 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and it's tough like that. And so you put the defense back out there, and you know that they're going to come up with some big stops. Those guys played great all day, and so to have a guy like that, when special teams comes alive too, it's great for us.
Justin, with them kind of limiting Mike throughout the game, what did you see, and how were you able to get him the ball there in overtime to set up the field goal?
Yeah, they've got a great defense, and they're really well coached, and that's kind of the game that we knew that we were going into, and it's going to be a battle, and they could easily be 5-0 prior to this game, and we had to just take what they gave us. It's obviously not pretty, not the way we want to win, but a win's a win, and we'd love to take it.
Going to Mike there, how much confidence did you have that you were able to get him the ball and that he was able to get open for you?
Yeah, I'd love to be able to get Mike the ball a ton more. He deserves everything. He's such a hard worker and a great teammate, but he's a guy that you can trust. 2nd, 3rd down, he's going to go up and get the ball.
Towards the end of the fourth, when on that 4th down play, 4th and 2, I think, where you went to DeAndre, did you feel like there was a tug on the receiver and it should have been called, or what did you see on the 4th down?
I'd have to take a look at it. DeAndre's a guy that you definitely have to be aware of out on the field. He's a special playmaker, and it didn't go our way, unfortunately, but I'd have to take a look at it.
Along those lines, what were they doing in coverage? What were you seeing? Because they really limited your ability to take deep shots. A lot of Austin underneath.
Mm-hmm. A lot of shell, and so they were sitting on a lot of the routes, and when things are covered downfield, the running backs, the checkdowns, they have to come alive. And Sony, a couple of the tight ends caught a bunch of passes, and they're not pretty passes, 3 or 4 yards, but they move the chains and they get the ball going. And we'd love to be able to push the ball downfield, but we had to be smart. Try to do our best to limit turnovers. I can't be more complimentary of the defense for coming up with some big stops today.
Last week was his first week back, but today was the first time that Donald Parham really got integrated into the offense. What did it mean to have somebody like him back after not having him since last year in December?
Yeah, I've got so much respect for Parham, and especially what he's fought through for the past couple of years. And he's a tough guy. He's a great team guy, and it's great to see him go out there and catch a couple passes like that. And great to have him back.
How big was that 15-play drive to get you guys within 10-7? Because I think you 4 for 4 on 3rd down and just kept steadily getting it down there.
Yeah, the average yards per play was pretty low on that drive, but for us to be able to put a drive like that together, I thought the offensive line did a great job moving the ball. Eck and Sony ran the ball great all day, and to be able to convert on some of those 3rd downs, it's huge for our offense.
They had 4 defensive pass interference penalties for 87 yards. Is that something like during a game where you see that this crew might be more prone to throwing flags, where you might take a couple more shots than usual?
Yeah,
and it incomplete, or you might be able to get the call there?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that's something that maybe you address during the game, and the receivers come back to you and say, hey, I think they're tugging on me, they're pulling on me. And, if the refs are calling it, you got to be open to that because, if a defender isn't looking and you're able to throw the ball downfield, the odds are good for your receivers. So it's definitely something you take a look at during the game.
Is that something you heard on the first drive? Because I think that first play, you got a 30-yard penalty there.
Yeah, that's just a play that, we wanted to take a shot. Josh Palmer down the sideline, and you tried to give him a shot. I think the ball was a little wide, but got tugged on, so it was good to be able to move the ball like that.
Victory Brisket this week?
We'll see. It's a quick week, so we'll have to watch the film tomorrow and get after it. But if there's time.
4-2 after 6, tied atop the division. How do you feel like things are?
I thought 4-2 has been a big step up for us, and especially where we were at with 1-2, for us to answer back and to win 3 games in a row like that. I think it says a lot about our team, our defense, our special teams, because they've stepped up big time, and it's been awesome to see from them.